People are hollow on the inside. Storytelling's a passion of mine. If you enjoy this, subscribe and stick around. I hope you like this despicable true story. I'd heard about this kind of thing happening. A couple of guys I know through the hobby had been done over at meetups, turned up to sell something and got jumped for it. I always figured I was careful enough that it wouldn't be me. I resell pretty much anything legal, mostly trading cards these days. Pokémon. That's where the cash is if you know what you're doing. Most of my sales come through TikTok. I go live most evenings, break boxes on camera, and every so often someone messages afterward, wanting something bigger off-stream. This guy did exactly that. Asked if I had any sealed out-of-print Elite Trainer boxes. I did. 10 boxes, the kind of out-of-print market gems that go for around $200 each now. A couple grand for the lot. He said he'd take them all. He sent me a pin for that evening. One thing I always do, and I don't really tell people. I never let a buyer see what I drive. Park a street over, meet somewhere I can walk up. It's how I keep myself a little safer. I was 2 minutes out when I realized I'd never been to this side of town before. The pin dropped me into a parking lot behind a strip of units that had gone dark. Daytime businesses, empty after 6. 2 working lights over the whole lot, and everything past them was black. I pulled into the middle of the lot. My phone buzzed before I'd taken the keys out. "I think you just arrived, right?" he asked. Clearly he could see me, but I couldn't see him anywhere. "I'm here," I sent. "Where are you?" "Round the back corner." I looked. The back corner was the one part of the lot the lights didn't reach. A line of trees behind it, and nothing else. No cars, no reason to stand there. This was unusual, but I brushed it off. I've done many deals, and they were all fine. Plus, I needed the cash. I got out and left my car well back from him, boxes in a black gym bag over my shoulder. I started across the lot on foot. That's when I saw him. A shape, a T, the edge of the light, back where it met the trees. Too far out for me to make anything of him. He was the only other person in that lot, so it was him. He wasn't walking over. He was just standing in it. I walked over. I was almost sure it was him by then anyway. "You Pokémon Luck 89. "Yeah, man, that's me." Hoodie, jeans, a lanyard tucked into his collar. He asked to see the boxes. I unzipped the bag enough for him to look, not enough to reach. His face lit up when he saw them. He smiled too long. He named the set. Pokémon 151. Said he'd been chasing it for 2 years. That was the part that got me. You can fake being friendly or hollow on the inside. You can't fake knowing the set off the top of your head. So I stopped watching him the way I'd been watching him. He was just a buyer. A buyer who texted too much and picked a bad spot to meet. "Cash is in the car," he said. He walked back toward the trees, and I went with him, bag on my shoulder, because the money was that way, and it was the most normal thing in the world to just go. I could barely make the car out, just the shape of it, nose in against the trees. Too dark to tell you the color, the make, nothing off the plate. He opened the door and leaned in. Spent a good half a minute in there, moving things around. Then he looked back at me, or past me. I thought he was pulling out the cash. What he pulled out was a tire iron. He straightened up with it, held down against his leg. Easy, like it had always been in his hand. He wasn't smiling anymore. He wasn't saying anything about Pokémon 151. I naturally wanted to back away, so I took a step, and I hit something. Someone. I didn't hear this person come up behind me. I turned my head, and there was a second guy right behind me. He had a baseball bat down at his side. He'd been there the whole time. He'd been there before I got out of my car. The one with the tire iron said, "Drop the bag." The guy behind me put a hand on my back and shoved me forward, so I was between them. "Drop it and walk away, or you find out what happens if you don't." I wanted to fight. These were my boxes. I'd earned them. I tightened my grip on the bag, ready to swing it at the guy behind me. "Don't do anything stupid," the one with the tire iron said. But it was 2-on-1. They were armed, and I wasn't. I could feel the end of the bat pressing into my back. I'm not much of a fighter on my best day. I knew how that ended before I'd finished thinking it. I took the bag off my shoulder. I was looking at the tire iron the whole time. I set the bag down on the ground. "Now back up." The second guy picked it up. It was theirs now. Nothing I did in that parking lot was going to change that. They watched me the entire time. I backed up until I was in the light again. I got to my car, and I didn't look back to see if they were following. I accelerated so hard out of that lot, my tires were spinning on the tarmac. I took the first road I saw, past all those dark units, and I didn't slow down until the streetlights started up again, and there were other cars around me. The first lit stretch I hit, I pulled over and called it in. While I was sitting there waiting for the police, a car went past with 2 people in it. Black. Small. One of those everyday cars you couldn't describe an hour later. No plate on the back of it. I couldn't see their faces. It was dark, and they were gone too fast. But a black car with no plate and 2 guys in it, on that road, that time of night. I've always assumed it was them. I never got a good enough look to know for sure. The police sent someone, but by then it was too late to chase a random black car. I gave a statement. 2 men, a tire iron, a baseball bat, 10 boxes. He asked what they were driving. "A small black car," I said. "No plate." That was everything I had. I'd stood 10 feet from it in that lot and couldn't have told you more. Here's the part I keep landing on. All those years I spent being careful, parking a street over, never letting a buyer see my car, my plate, my face if I could help it, keeping my name off things. None of it mattered. They were never after me. They were after the bag, and I carried it right to them, across an empty lot in the dark, because a stranger asked me to. I always figured I was careful enough that it wouldn't be me.